Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. For the video today, I'm just going to be going through my current favourites for summer 2022 / the end of 2021. I have a little mixture of makeup for the first time in ages, as well as lifestyle favourites and also entertainment favourites as per usual. So if you want to see what I've been loving lately, please keep on watching. Now the first thing I'm going to mention is the foundation. And I know I don't normally have makeup favourites anymore. I've been keeping it really simple, and certainly I haven't had a favourite foundation in the longest time. I haven't been buying it or using it that much, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. So I've just got it here. As to be expected with the brand, it is just the most beautiful packaging, and the shade that I have is 1 Neutral. Now, I feel like this is something that people either love or hate. I've heard a lot of people say it's amazing and the best foundation they've ever used, and then on the other side of things, I've heard heaps of people say it's overhyped. Now, naturally hearing those opinions, I wanted to put it to the test myself, and obviously I love it. It is a favourite. I think that part of the reason why I like it so much is the high coverage, which I don't always want anymore since I feel like my skin has been a lot better post-Accutane. For myself, I will use this foundation on days where I am maybe going out with friends, somewhere quite nice, and I want to look a little bit more presentable, going on dates with my husband or filming like I am now. I feel like it's pretty good for that. Maybe if you want a flawless coverage every day, I feel like this would also be good, but for myself, I just want something a little bit more breathable every day, although obviously the times where I want perfect skin, I feel like this does the job very nicely. Now, one thing I think is maybe causing some people problems with this, if they're finding it too cakey, is by using too much. A little bit definitely goes a long way. I can do my whole face with 1 pump, and then I really only put a little bit of concealer under my eyes here and on a very dark spot on my cheek that is like post-acne redness or pigmentation, whereas everywhere else on the face I've got little bits of colouring. I even have freckles nowadays. Nothing else is showing through the foundation, which is pretty impressive. So obviously I've spoken about the fact that it is high coverage. I know that it is more expensive than maybe a couple other foundations or more like BB creams that I've been using in recent years, but given the fact a little bit goes such a long way and it will last me a long time, and it's also just really beautiful to look at, so it's definitely been a favourite over the past couple months. Now, I don't know how clear I was before. I am wearing that foundation just to sort of share and talk about it and use it obviously before talking about it, along with another favourite, this time on my lips. It is the Moly Perfect Lips. I have 2 shades. I am only wearing the red today, of course. This one is Red Shocking, and the other colour I have is Pink Shocking. Not too out there with the names, but these I've been loving lately. I only own 2 colours. I think that there's a nude one, and I'm not sure what else, if anything, but I actually bought these a long time ago, so I'm sure they're expired in my case. However, I do know Moly recently became cruelty-free. I must have bought these before they made that change and then forgot about them in my makeup drawer, but I found them again and realised they're the perfect thing to use under masks. Now, I know because I've used a lot of what do you call them? What was super popular a couple years ago, those lip stain, but not quite. I just had the biggest mind blank. I was trying to think of liquid lipsticks. I know a lot of those I have owned in the past, and one would think they'd be quite nice under masks, but I found in my experience that they had flaked or still spread, whereas this is quite different. It is truly a lip stain, and I've noticed after taking off my makeup at the end of the day, I will have a good amount of colour remaining for the next day, which I guess could be a good or bad thing depending on how you want to look the next day, but I think it's pretty cool. It's staying power. Plus, it is very light feeling on the lips. I feel like I don't really have anything on my lips, like I don't feel hindered at all talking or eating or doing anything like that, and this colour doesn't go anywhere. So it's just been nice to wear when I do my makeup and put on a mask. I can go out in the world and not worry about my lipstick getting smeared under the mask or in the mask. And then of course eating and drinking. The red was definitely a favourite throughout December, just going to Christmas events and things like that. It was quite easy to wear and I didn't have to worry about it. And then of course I brought it back recently for Valentine's Day. Yeah, I've loved both colours. The red is maybe a little bit more of a lighter red than how it's looking on my lips. I thought because I was talking about it today, I wanted to make it look perfect, and naturally maybe made too many layers, but yeah, it's actually a really nice wearable red. And this pink I don't use all too often. It is quite a neon pink. I really need to check out what other colours they have in this range. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Actually, that's an idea. It is quite that colour, but I find mixing both is a nice idea as well. I'll just show you the red. So it's just kind of like a ruby sort of blood red. Very nice. And yeah, mixing both together is also pretty nice on the lips, but I've got to suss out other colours. I thought I'd mention these in case you're looking for a nice lipstick or lip colour to wear under masks. These are the best things that I've ever tried for that. Alright, the last beauty favourite that I wanted to mention is a sunscreen, and this is by Naked Sundays. It is the Hydrating Glow Mist. I just really love the colour and the packaging as well. But this is SPF 50 plus, and it is a spray. So I know that sounds quite strange. I probably wouldn't use it as, or I haven't used it as my main sunscreen in the morning when I first apply sunscreen and skincare for the day, but this is something that I'd like to use as a top-up, if that makes sense. So what I normally do is spray all over my face and neck as well. It sort of says to close eyes and protect the lips, and just spray about 7 times on the face, which I do. I normally do this at the end of the day, like I've said, if say I've gotten home from work and need to play with my dogs in the yard, just for a second application, or on days where I'm already wearing makeup, it also works quite well for that as well. Obviously a couple hours on from putting on my morning sunscreen, I feel like it wouldn't be as effective, so I use this and it just makes me feel a little bit more comfortable about being out in the sun without having to scrub off my makeup and put on my proper sunscreen. Just refreshes it a little bit. So love this, and I would use it now, but I'm inside all day and I don't want to waste it. But yes, I do really love this, and I would recommend it if you want that sunscreen boost in the day. I think I need to check out what other products they have, since I think there's maybe 1 or 2 other products that they sell at Mecca. Alright, the next set of favorites are all the more lifestyle related ones, and the first of which is my planner for this year from Kiki K. It is just what they call the Goals Diary, and I know I've spoken about this quite a few times on my channel. I really do love it. What I really like about this one, beyond the standard sort of organization that I get from it, from just general weekly planning and everything like that, is the goal setting. And there's this whole section at the front. I've just got an empty page here, or empty 2 pages. So it's just saying about setting goals, the why, the how, what changes to achieve that. I really like this section. I've got a separate goals planner from previous years, but I feel like because I didn't have it on me all the time or looked at it too often, sometimes certain goals would fall by the wayside, but this really keeps everything in current focus. I've just opened up a little bit ahead so it's empty. I've got my week here, if you can sort of see, and then on this side it's all about the goals for that week. So I just find it really helpful to keep me organized and on track with everything I need to do. I feel like this is probably the perfect sort of planner for me, and I do bet if they still have it at Kiki K, it would be on some sort of good deal, just because it's so far into the year. This is certainly my favorite, but if by chance it's not available, this is your reminder. If you don't have a planner for the year, get one now. Just keep yourself on track, and surely anyone you find would be on a good sale. The next favorite I wanted to show you is actually in another room, so let's go and check it out. The next favorite has got to be my outfit mirror, which I'm currently talking into at the moment. I know it's a little bit hard to show on camera, but it's just huge. This thing is taller than me, and it looks a lot taller, but it's on a lean, and I'm a bit far back, but it's taller than me, so it's like 170 centimeters. It's, I think, a bit wider than a door frame. It's great. I really love it, and I think just for the way it looks in the room as well, it looks quite nice. I realize it would look very strange talking to it right now, so I'm going to put in clips and footage so you can get a better sense of it. This one is the Toft bin from IKEA. It's got a really nice simple white frame, and I just love how it ties the rest of my room together. While I'm talking about homeware stuff, I'll really briefly mention this thing behind me here, the Himalayan salt lamp that I got around Christmas time. I'm obsessed with this thing. I purposely sort of rearrange how I sit here since I'm getting it because I love it. I love having it on, and I don't leave it on all the time, but when it is on, I just love staring at it. I didn't want to bring it up here and show you because it doesn't look as nice off, and I don't really like how it feels to touch, but it is beautiful. I feel like it's quite relaxing to have on at nighttime when I read. It's obviously very low lighting, but super relaxing. I got mine from Govita, which is just my local health food shop. It wasn't expensive at all, and I kind of feel like I want more around the house, although I definitely don't need them. If I'm honest, I didn't even need the one, but I'm obsessed. So that's just a little thing I've been loving lately as well. Alright, the next couple favorites are my entertainment ones, and I'm going to try really hard not to ramble because I know I have a tendency to do that when I'm talking about movies and TV shows. On that note, I have one of each. The first one I'll discuss is my favorite movie recently, and I feel like maybe this won't come as any surprise because I've spoken about it a lot and I've said I've seen it more than once at the cinema. I'm talking about Scream 2022. I'm not saying it is the best movie all year so far by any means, it's just my personal favourite. And I think the reason is it's just such a fun watch. Honestly, I've seen so many other new movies. I've seen The Kingsman, I've seen the new Spider-Man, and I'm drawing a blank on the rest, but I've seen so many new movies and it's still my favourite. I saw Scream 2022 3 times at the cinema, and I never do that. I just really loved it. I found it super fun. I have shared a lot of thoughts about that movie in a recent video, so I'll make sure I link that up above there if you want to see that. Part of the reason why I enjoyed it so much is it's just a fun movie, and I think I've said this a few times now. It's just fun. It's silly, it's funny. Obviously it is horror, but it's a silly horror, and I really like that sort of genre. Scream is definitely my favourite horror movie franchise, and obviously I got really pumped for this one. I know I'm not talking about plot here. I figure a lot of people watching me talk now at this stage in how long ago the movie came out, a lot of you will know what it's about, but at the end of the day it's a killer in a ghost face mask. That's what all the movies are about. This one just being 25 years after the first murder spree, with the original characters back and a whole bunch of new ones. At the end of the day, the main reason why I liked it is because I am a Scream fan of the Scream series as a whole, and it's just a fun movie. It's certainly, like I said, not the best movie out at the moment, nor is it the best Scream sequel of all, but it's just fun, and that's what I look for in a movie, so I'd recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. Now, my favourite TV show that I've watched recently, I also feel like I've spoken about. I figure most of these things I've probably mentioned in passing. Certainly this one I know I explained somewhere, I'm just not sure when, but what I'm talking about is Yellow Jackets. Now, I'm actually going to read the description because I know I will goof on this. This is a show that my sister begged me to watch for months and months, and I only watched when it was all out, and I'm glad I could so I could binge it. But I've got a description here. Yellow Jackets tells the narrative of a team of wildly talented high school girls, soccer players, who survive a plane crash deep in the Ontario wilderness. The series chronicles their descent from a complicated but thriving team to warring, cannibalistic clans, while also tracking the lives they have attempted to piece back together. Blah blah blah. It's got the names of the actors. I feel like there's a lot of people in this. Juliette Lewis, Christina Ricci, they were both really good. Portray their adult counterparts as they reveal the truth about their survival 25 years later. So it's obviously got 2 timelines, present day now with the adult survivors, and also 25 years prior with the teenagers in the wild. I feel like it's often described and likened to Lord of the Flies, if that gives you a sense of what to expect. But as a better example, I watched it over the course of 2 days. I just binged it, and these were work days, mind you. I watched it in my free time, and I also did the sneaky and watched it at work. I really love this series. I have to recommend it now, and I'm personally very excited for season 2 to come out. I think in the meantime, I'm definitely going to rewatch it at least once. I've got to wrap up this video soon because you can probably hear my voice. I'm starting to lose it. I don't know what's going on, but my voice is fading. The last couple favorites that I'm going to talk about are favorite memories over the past couple months. And I'd say my top favorite would definitely be the Airbnb holiday that I went on with Brendan and the dogs. I've also spoken about this a lot. I just had the best fun going away on a holiday with my husband and my little puppies. We had a great time staying around this Airbnb property, relaxing. We did little day trips to the beach and hikes and just got to relax and get away. It was just the best memory that I've had in the longest time, and I think I definitely need to do stuff like that again in the coming year or months, years, whatever the case might be. It's definitely not going to be a once-off because it was so fun and I can't wait to do something like that again. The last favourite I have to mention is another memory, and this is a bit of a smaller one because it was only one day or one activity, but that was doing my surfing lesson. I had so much fun that day. It's definitely something I want to do again when I'm hopefully going to be a little bit better at it because I sucked, but that's not the point here. It was so fun to do something new. I went to the Spit, which I know is a terrible name, but it's a beach down on the Gold Coast at this surfing school. I think they were called Get Wet Surfing School, and it was so fun. It's definitely something I want to do again. I think I'll probably do another paid lesson and then really want to see if I can make it a bit of a hobby because I just enjoy the idea of it, and actually doing it was really fun as well, but it's just one of those things. I know I spoke about this too in a recent vlog, but it's something I've wanted to do for the longest time, and so the fact that I was able to actually stand up on a little surfboard just made my heart happy, and obviously something I want to do again, hopefully in the near future before the end of the warm weather. Alright, now with that I'll be wrapping up the video here. I think I need to go and get a giant glass of water and maybe do a rat test, but before I go I just wanted to thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also let me know what your recent favourites were. Even if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and you had winter, let me know what your favourites were over recent months. I'd love to hear from you, whether they're products, TV shows or movies, because I always love to hear what everyone else is loving, and I'm actually in the mood for some movie and TV recommendations, so let me know. But like I said, I will be leaving you here, so thank you once again for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!